Pascoe. He was probably hoping his counterpart, Greg Chappell, would have to make the decision, because the following few hours for the Indian batting order was to be anything but comfortable.
And that's a great delivery, and there's a huge appeal for LBW. Sunil Gavaskar walking. No
First test,
decision there from
Sydney
the
Cricket
umpire.
Ground,
A fine
SCG,
delivery, perhaps hitting
Sydney,
the inside edge of the bat.
January 2nd,
And what a great breakthrough there for Australia.
The first test of the India tour of Australia in 1980 to 81 was played at the Sydney Cricket Ground, SCG, from January 2nd to January 6th, 1981.
Just a little bit
It set the tone for a fiercely contested series, showcasing strong performances from both teams and including notable individual feats.
That's well bowled, and the ball being nudged away, adjusted well there by Ben Sarker, and that'll go down to the boundary. They'll get 4, so that'll be encouraging for them. That's well bowled. Just turned him right around there in the defensive stroke. Cricket bowlers always try to do that. They can get the ball to move away from the right-hander. It's a beautiful take. What a marvellous take. That's a great combination from the pair who've done so wonderfully well for Australia over the years. Lillee to Marsh. One of the best combinations we've ever had in this country. Dilip Venkateswar falls to Dennis Lillee, caught by Rodney Marsh for 22.
Well, that really is a marvellous catch to Rodney Marsh. He's moving in the right direction at the right time, gets onto the left foot, pushes off, and what a tremendous catch.
There's a lot of shouting going on out there. The last ball of Lillee's over was a great delivery. That one from Pascoe equally good.
That's one of the great things about a good delivery. If you're a batsman, you usually don't quite get an edge to them. They do enough to miss the outside edge. That was almost the perfect ball to get the outside edge.
Good shot. Vacant area there at extra cover. Kim Hughes having to do the chasing. And no chance at all. A very good stroke that from Chetan Chauhan. First boundary for him. Goes now to 18.
Really a good answer back there from the batsman. If you're lucky enough to get a play and miss, you want to take advantage of it, and there's no better answer to a fast bowler than to stand there and slam him through the covers for 4.
4 slips waiting there for Viswanath. Got away with that. Greg Chappell had changed the field around there and pushed the gullies much wider. And it's now 2 for 57. And that's in the air, and he's out. Caught by Alan Border. Fine bowling by Lillee Pascoe, and well taken, Alan Border. Well, another breakthrough there for Australia. Chetan Chauhan on his way back to the pavilion, and Lillee Pascoe very, very happy.
Well, this had to happen. Chauhan had played so often balls outside the off stump. This time he got a pretty good delivery from Lillee Pascoe. That was about off stump. He still was not quite behind the line of the ball. And he found the ball moving away from him. He hit it with the outside edge. It was going down when it got to Alan Border, and he completed a pretty good dismissal with a very competent catch. It was a good piece of cricket that on the part of Pascoe and Border. And Chauhan is out.
Short to Sharma, and I believe on the glove he's given him. Yes, Sharma going across, and the tactic working. It didn't go to short leg, but it certainly went to Rodney Marsh. A glove there from a short delivery. Sharma going a long way across, and that's the end of him.
Again, not a very elegant dismissal at all from Sharma's point of view. The ball was not a good ball. It was too short. It was down the leg side. Sharma really played in a pretty half-hearted fashion at that. And it looked to me as though the ball just clipped the bat or glove on its way through to Rodney Marsh, and Lillee Pascoe has no illusions at all about that.
And the damage has been done by Lillee Pascoe. Hogg will be trying to rectify that. He has the ball, and that one's gone down through the vacant area there between third slip and second gully, and into the boundary just in front of the hill. So Walter's picking it up all the way along the ground. And the wicket takers, Lillee and Pascoe. But he's bowled in. That's the last ball before lunch, and what a terrible blow to India. Little Viswanath bowled by Hogg just when they needed him to stay there before lunch. And so he's on his way now, 5 wickets down for 78. India in all sorts of trouble, and that young man will be a very disappointed one.
And that was a piece of good bowling on the part of Rodney Hogg. He bowled his previous deliveries fairly short. Viswanath had been on the back foot all the time, fearful of the ball that just gets up around chest height. This time, Hogg decides that he's going to pitch the ball right up in contrast, and this is the overall effect. With Viswanath half forward, and the ball, I think, just clipping a pad en route to the off stump. Let's have again another look at that. You can probably see the deflection off the front pad onto the off stump. So it's bad luck from Viswanath's point of view, but perhaps Viswanath not close enough to his front pad with his bat.
Well, that was that deadly delivery, the one that nips back, and watch that off stump. Good shot. 4 runs from the moment it left the bat. Shot. What a glorious stroke from Sandeep Patel. 4 more. Well, it went at 100 miles an hour through that gap there. A gap that couldn't be closed in time.
Well, I say if you're going to flash hard, and Kapil Dev sure did that.
It's an edge along the ground, just knocked down by Border. Running away for 4 runs. That's a good shot. In the half bowling, whipping it across to the onside. And that's 4 runs going down the hill. The 50 partnership in only 40 minutes. Fine performance. And he goes, the hook could be out. Yes, got an edge. Going for the hook shot. And Pascoe breaks through at a vital time for Australia. Dev out. Caught by Rodney Marsh for 22.
Rod Marsh, his 4th catch of this innings. Len Pascoe obviously not impressed with that previous shot by Kapil Dev. Drops one in short. Dev a compulsive hooker. Beaten for pace. Never at any stage looked like getting it around. A nice easy catch for Rod Marsh. And good cricket by Len Pascoe, and a good breakthrough by the Australians. Sandeep Patel. And he has 2 to go for his 50. And that's a beautiful shot, and that's it. That's his 50. A vital 52 for India. That ball bisecting the field in extra cover and just rolling into the fence. So Sandeep Patel playing a very, very valuable innings.
Well, this has been a remarkable innings from Sandeep Patel. 52 to his name. He went into lunch with just 4 against his name on the scoreboard. Since that time, we've seen the addition of 73 runs. There's Patel's time, 50 runs off 50 balls in 73 minutes. So it's been a remarkable 50, this. Out of 73 runs, Patel himself has contributed 48, most of them in the hour immediately after lunch.
And that's a bouncer, and oh, it's hit him. That's a nasty blow. Patel not wearing a crash hat, and it's hit him just under the chin, I suspect. Perhaps even in the throat. A very, very accurate bouncer.
Yes, that was a nasty one because it bored in at Patel. Kept on coming at him. As you can see, he had nowhere to go. He took his eye off the ball, and it really was one that bored into him. And he wasn't moving sufficiently across to the offside. Get out of the way. There, his eyes go off the ball. And that is, of course, a cardinal error when you're facing a quick bowler, especially when he bowls short. Never take your eyes off the ball.
He's out. He's fallen this time in that region. That's where they're working, the little Indian batsman. And finally he's fouled a smart catch. Good bowling, good intelligent cricket by the Australians.
And Dennis Lillee ending that partnership of 38 by Kirmani and Patil. Fine delivery, just probing away outside the line of that off stump. Kirmani offering an edge and going to Doug Walters, and just getting to Doug Walters, who cups the hands underneath it. And the other Australians joyfully holding their hands in the air.
Beats him, that's out, yes! Got a faint touch, and Rodney Marsh making no mistake at all. And beautifully bowled Rennie Pascoe, committed him forward.
Rodney Marsh capturing another victim, his 5th catch of the innings. Len Pascoe's 4th wicket, and a great breakthrough just before tea. Pitching, just moving fractionally off the seam, a faint edge by Binny, tentatively playing at it, and once again into the safe hands of Rodney Marsh. His 5th dismissal in this Indian innings. He did well, actually, not to go down, I thought. Hitting him on the collarbone and then rebounding into his throat. It's a quick delivery from Rodney Hogg, and I suppose hit him around about 85, 90 miles an hour. Would have hurt, that's for sure. And again, a rather hairy shot there over the top of Gully's head and down to the boundary for 4.
And that brings up Sandeep Patil's best score in Test cricket. It's not been a classical innings by any means, but certainly it's exceeded the 62 that he scored against Pakistan in Calcutta only last year in 1979-1980. What a way to go to that best score of his. An open face, a slash outside the off stump and right over the top of slips.
Oh, and that's hit him on the head. My goodness, this could be nasty. Oh, that's a nasty bouncer there from Rennie Pascoe. Spot on, and of course he's not wearing a crash helmet and he's down and looks in all sorts of trouble. Pascoe going to his side very quickly, and oh, that looks real bad, Frank.
That doesn't look too good at all. That was a very nasty bouncer. It was a ball that pitched very short and cut in off the wicket. Patil went away towards the leg side and the ball followed him. Just watch this. Very short indeed. And Patil, I would think, hit just above the left eye or possibly on the left temple.
Concerning, nasty moment there for everyone concerned, but it seems that he's conscious, and so that's the good news. But bad news for India in so much as he was playing so well. So Lillee again to Ghavri. Oh, and it's a great catch. My goodness, fantastic catch at forward short leg by Graham Wood. Off the bat, and that is a drive which went straight into his hands. Well, the Indians are all out, and Dennis Lillee strikes again.
And that's
Day
the
1.
second Wood
Australia dominates early toss and decision.
Short leg.
Australia won the toss and opted to bowl first, leveraging the early conditions at the SCG, which often favor seam and swing bowlers.
This ball was hit
Indian innings.
firmly by Karsan.
India was bowled out for 201 in their first innings. The Australian bowlers, led by Dennis Lillee, capitalized on the conditions. Lillee took 4 wickets, while Len Pascoe and Rodney Hogg provided solid support.
Certainly Wood can
Key
thank his lucky
performances,
stars that ball was
Sandeep
not
Patil scored 65, providing a semblance of stability in the middle order.
India's first innings
Syed
over by
Kirmani,
tea on the first day,
the Indian
with
wicketkeeper,
Chappell,
contributed with a
Viswanath
valuable
and Kapil
27,
all getting
helping
starts.
India reach a
Only
somewhat
one
respectable
partnership
total.
of 50 or more, and that was between Patil and Chappell. For the Aussies, Lillee and Pascoe picked up 4 wickets each, and Rodney Hogg chipped in with the wicket of Viswanath last ball before lunch. Behind the stumps, Rod Marsh had a great day, picking up 4 dismissals. Well, things improved a little for the Indians in the last session of the day, picking up 2 valuable wickets.
And it's going to slip, and he's out. Caught by slip. Well, fantastic start for India. And Gavaskar in there at second slip, taking the catch. And Dyson gone, Kapil Dev, absolutely ecstatic. A great start for India.
A good delivery this too from Dev. Dyson playing at a ball outside the off stump. Probably didn't have to play it. And he reached for it and the ball went to Gavaskar there.
And he's nicked it and he's gone. He's got to be gone. Caught behind. Well, Kapil Dev is doing it for India. A big nick there. deflected straight into the gloves, the very safe gloves of Syed Kirmani, and Wood on his way back to the pavilion.
And that almost seemed to me that it was very well planned, because Kapil had never bowled one of these balls just outside the off stump before to Wood. He knew it was Wood's weakness. He goes for it this time, and Wood falls into the trap, going for the drive. He edges fairly substantially straight into the gloves of Kirmani, and the second wicket is down for Australia, 2 for 14.
With his team at a precarious 2 for 14, Greg Chappell took things into his own hands.
It's a little shorter, and Greg Chappell smashing that square of the wicket for 4. Well, that was a bit short that time, and Chappell had no trouble with it at all, smashing it away to the point boundary. That's 4 runs. A fine shot from Greg Chappell. 2 for 23 now, Australia, and Chappell goes on to 12.
It's nice up drive. And that's 4 runs. Beautiful shot, glorious straight drive. And that's a copybook straight drive. Chappell gets a glorious square cut, gave himself some room, and that's a beautiful shot. Not a bad ball, but beautifully played. The end of the over. That's a great way to finish a day's play with a glorious cover drive from Greg Chappell. He's 8th. He moves to 41. So it stumps. Australia are 2 for 72.
With their lead whittled down to 129 by the end of the first day, and Chappell and Hughes in aggressive moods, the Indians maybe didn't sleep too well that night. On the second morning, Kapil gave the visitors a brief ray of hope when he dismissed Kim Hughes.
Oh, beating, and it could be out. A magnificent piece of bowling. 2 maidens in a row, and the ball that ducked back, found the edge, beautifully caught, and that's excellent test cricket by the big fast bowler. A beautiful piece of first class bowling, and too good for Kim Hughes.
But what a catch, what a catch. Kirmani there, the wicketkeeper, going the wrong way. It was an inside edge in my estimation, with that ball just coming back, clipping the inside edge. Kirmani going to his left. He was wrong-footed.
With the departure of his deputy, Chappell playing in his first test innings against...
Ghavri trying to dig that in, and Greg Chappell playing a beautiful cut shot. All the way along the ground, down to the square third man boundary.
And he pulls it. Glorious shot, a shot of a champion that. Just getting onto the back foot and pulling it all the way along the ground through mid-wicket for 4 runs.
He's nudged that into the gap, and he's got it. Well, there they go. Greg Chappell's century. His 18th century in Test cricket. And what a marvellous innings it's been. The crowd on their feet, cheering the Australian captain. And a little cheer there from his partner, Dougie Walters, as well. 235 minutes, 186 balls. Chappell on the sweep, and he's hit that very hard, and it's beaten Dev down there and gone thundering into the French row. That was a very positive, solidly hit sweep shot, and 4 runs. And there's 4 more to Greg Chappell. It's a great stroke, that. What a marvellous shot that was.
Oh, he's put that away beautifully through mid-wicket for 4. He just stood there and was a fraction short, and he's pulled it away. 1-5-3 for the Australian captain. A magnificent ovation for a magnificent innings.
That's Greg Chappell's 21st 4. to bring up his 150, 242 balls.
And that's well played, beautifully driven by Chappell, straight down the ground. And that new ball sometimes goes off the bat just a little quicker. It won't quite make the boundary. Ghavri onto it, and a good throw, right over the top of the stumps. 3 to Chappell.
Yeah.
And there it is, a double century to Greg Chappell. He'll only take the single, and what a great innings it's been. You have to bat well to make 200 in any case, but it's been an innings of elegance, beautiful stroke play, and deservedly he's receiving a standing ovation from this very good crowd here, 21,888, and again, not a person on the field other than the players, and what a nice sight that is.
Thank you, Richie. And he's hooked, and it's in the air, coming down to Kapil Dev, he's under it, and he holds a great catch. What a magnificent effort by the all-rounder, making good ground, and Chappell falling to the hook shot, out for 204, the end of a magnificent innings. The crowd rises to one of the great hands at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Gregory Chappell caught Kapil Dev, bowled Ghavri for 204.
There's a tremendous ovation right around the ground. Member stand, Sydney Hill, everywhere for Greg Chappell as he leaves probably one of his favourite cricket grounds. He's scored particularly well here, and it's 204 today. And he'll be a very weary man, but I'm sure
Day
a very
2,
happy man.
Australian batting power.
Fancy falling for the hook
Australian
shot.
innings. Australia had a strong response with the bat.
204
They
versus
managed
India.
to post a formidable
His
total
third
of
highest test
406
score.
runs. Key
That's
performances. Greg Chappell.
dismissed by Karsan.
The
Ghavri.
Australian captain played a majestic
Bouncing it
innings,
pretty well
scoring
straight at Greg
204,
Chappell.
which was instrumental in putting
And
Australia in a
Dev
commanding
covered
position.
A lot of ground from fine
Walters
leg.
supported
took a very
Chappell
good catch.
with a well-made 67.
Finally, the Australian captain is dismissed. A score of 204 out of Australia's total of 7 for 363.
The Australian innings closed early on the third morning after the Victorian pair Hogg and Higgs put on a 10th wicket partnership to take the Aussie total to 406 and a lead of 205. For the Indians, the opening combination of Kapil Dev and Karsan Ghavri each took 5 wickets, and the less said about the rest, the better. Australia took the field without Greg Chappell, who was still too ill, and that left Kim Hughes to run the show. The
Day
Indians,
3,
meanwhile, were hoping
Indian
to wipe
bowlers.
off the deficit facing them without the loss
Struggle.
of wickets. However, they began very shakily.
Indian bowling. The Indian bowling attack
in the
found
air,
it challenging
over the
to
slips.
contain the Australian batsmen.
Dennis
Kapil
Lillee
Dev,
extracting some
India's
early
premier
life.
fast bowler, took 5 wickets
This
but
new
conceded
ball.
97 runs.
Now some
Karsan
luck there
Ghavri,
coming
another key bowler,
away
took
of the
5
Indian
wickets
captain.
for 107 runs.
Well, that's a fine shot. Well, it might have been just a little bit uppish, but he hit it like a rocket, flying out there to the third man boundary. So a very attacking shot there by Sunil Gavaskar. Lillee. And it's a neck, and oh, it's a chance. Alan Border putting it down to his left hand. And, well, Greg Chappell wouldn't have been there, and one wonders whether he might have caught that. So a sharp chance. It would have been a fine catch. Oh, and he's nicked it, and he's got to be out. Caught behind. Well, Rodney Hogg's made the breakthrough this time. And a huge blow there to Indians. Sunil Gavaskar on his way back to the pavilion, having scored naught in the first innings, out this time for just 10.
Bad shot by the Indian captain, particularly when you're 205 runs behind, looking for the big cover drive, and was never quite there, just short of a length, moving away off the seam. A nice straightforward catch to Rod Marsh, who now claims his 6th victim in this test match, and India 1 for 21.
With the Indian skipper back in the pavilion, the Aussies closed in for the kill, but the plucky Indians weren't going down without a fight.
Well, that's certainly not going to be the 50th wicket. Very well placed by Chauhan. First runs off Walters, the ball rolling away towards the boundary and just making it. Hogg did his best to catch it, but 4 runs. Oh, that's in the air and just past Hughes' left hand. He dived and the ball beat his hand and went out to the boundary for 4. So Chetan Chauhan living dangerously. That's the end of Dougie Walters' over, 1 for 52. That's a good shot. Played away on the offside, square of the wicket by Viswanath. Jim Higgs after it, and they'll get 3. Not all that far away from Rodney Marsh, but still 4 more to go onto the total. And he's got his first wicket, Danny Pascoe. And that's a shot Chauhan will regret for a long time, or almost a non-shot. Unable to make up his mind whether to duck or play a defensive stroke, trying to keep it away from that man at short leg. A fast delivery from Len Pascoe, digs it in short, and Chauhan no idea whatsoever how to play it. And Dougie Walters just easing back from first slip, keeping the eyes right on the ball and taking it at a perfect height underneath the chin. And a very good wicket for Len Pascoe. He's worked hard, and unfortunately for India, a disappointing end to Chauhan's innings. Lovely stroke from Viswanath. That's just about his favourite stroke. Very strong on the cut, and never any chance of pulling up that ball. And that is gone. Viswanath playing the stroke that brought him runs in the last over, aiming away square of the wicket on the offside, and Len Pascoe has struck again. And Pascoe's second wicket. A rather undisciplined shot from Viswanath, going for the big cut shot, going back and in a shade close to him, and another nice catch for Rodney Marsh. He's 7th so far in this test match, and the Australians quite jubilant. Another good delivery by Len Pascoe, cramped Viswanath for room, and finding a good healthy edge through to Rod Marsh. Four more takes India on to 96 now for the loss of 3 wickets.
Boy, he hit that. That was a magnificent shot. Short, onto the back foot, and a perfect square cut. And that's better place to bowl, and he could have got a result there. Yes, he did at last. Jim Higgs, pitching leg stump, and a beautiful piece of work by Rodney Marsh. Different angle, the drift away. He found Vissy not making contact. And a magnificent piece of work by Rodney Marsh down the leg side, and he's out stumped for 24, 4 for 110.
Well, I think you can virtually put this dismissal down to Rodney Marsh. It wasn't the greatest of deliveries from Jimmy Higgs, except that it did drift down behind Viswanath's legs and just caught him off balance. And Rodney Marsh, who had the gloves there waiting, caught the foot up in the air.
And he's got him. What a great catch. Beautifully caught there at first slip. Doug Walters the catcher, and the outside edge found, and really Lillee does deserve that wicket. He's gone past the outside edge of the bat so often, bowled magnificently, and there he was, getting the outside edge of Yashpal Sharma's bat. He's gone.
And Dennis Lillee happened to wait for the 5th wicket to fall before he gets his wicket, and good catch by Doug Walters. He's not used to fielding at first slip. That came quite sharply to him, and he was down behind it. Catch similar to the one that Alan Border dropped earlier on in the innings.
And that's lofted high, and it's a full toss, and he's hit it way down to square leg. That's 4-2. Seems to me that Kapil is enjoying this. That's a better ball. It's in the air, and that could be 6. It's in the air. Hogg's running around. Will he catch it? No, he won't. Slightly misjudged there by Hogg. He didn't seem to pick the line up perfectly. Had he gone just a little quicker and got underneath it, he might well have got a hand to it. So a big hit going for 4. Once again, a big hit, and it's coming straight down the ground. And it might be gone, and it's very well caught down there, down at the deep mid-on boundary. Sean Graff getting in underneath it, and that's the end of a very, very big-hitting, flirty knock by Chappell.
And good captaincy by Kim Hughes, Tony. He took Rodney Hogg away from that position in the deep, put Sean Graff down there, who's got a good, safe pair of hands, and good bowling by Jim Higgs, keeping the ball up, tempting Kapil into this loose shot. Not very intelligent cricket coming from him, and Sean Graff getting right underneath it and catching it in front of the M.A. Noble stands.
Well, is Lillee going to be nice to him, or will he let him have one straight away? It's in the air and going way over the top of fourth slip. And down to the boundary for 4. So it looks as if Sandeep Patel is going to play a few shots out there.
Yes, it appears that way, Tony, not wasting any time getting into action. Although he did play very similar to this in the first innings. He was prepared to go after the Australian bowlers, realising that there's great value out there if you do happen to get onto it. No deep third man.
So Lillee again, he wouldn't be happy about that 4. That one short in the air and he's out. A short ball hit straight to forward short leg. Wood was there and another wicket to Dennis Lillee. Well bowled, Dennis Lillee.
That's another great delivery from Dennis Lillee. Good thinking, giving the one outside the off stump in the first ball he received and then digging it in short. Wasn't a really vicious ball, but Sandeep Patel perhaps got something in the mind now about short deliveries, getting up on the toes and just gently playing it into the safe hands of Graham Wood at short leg.
And so Roger Binney now out at the crease, replacing Sandeep Patel, and Sandeep Patel got out this way. The ball bouncing around about chest high, straight into the hands of Graham Wood. It was a short delivery, and that was the end of him. Oh, and a great ball and a big appeal, and he's given him out, yes, and what a magnificent bit of bowling. Lillee now on a hat-trick. Binney out, LBW.
Luck not going Dennis Lillee's way early on in the innings. He's come back stronger than ever. A great delivery, trapping Roger Binney plumb LBW. No doubt about that one. Playing from behind the crease. The ball ended up going through to Rodney Marsh, but it was out LBW. First ball, Roger Binney a duck, and now Dennis Lillee on a hat-trick. The last hat-trick for Australia by Lindsay Klein, 57-58. Against the West Indies test match in Adelaide, and Dennis Lillee on a hat-trick. Field all up, 4 slips, 2 gullies, backward square leg, forward short leg, manning close on the offside. And Lillee's on his way.
Tension mounting in the ground. Lillee bowls and a good shot by Ghavri, straight down the ground, so no hat-trick this time round. All the fieldsmen gathered around there for a nick and a possible hat-trick, but a well-played shot there by Ghavri down the ground. Well, Lillee certainly getting all he deserves. He bowled so well without luck early on, and here he is now picking up a few wickets. And 4 more to Karsan Ghavri. Safe for 4 runs. 4 off the bat. Not the most orthodox of strokes, but it goes down as 4 more to Kirmani.
I think Dennis Lillee was inquiring about the origins of that stroke. That ball coming into Kirmani. Kirmani looked at one stage as though he was going to be tempted into pulling, but the ball seemed to follow him, cramp him, and he finished up by shrinking away towards the leg side. The ball hit the sea on Kirmani's bat and went straight over the head of the batsman, straight over Marsh's head, and right into the fence diametrically behind the batsman.
Good shot again. That's a 50 partnership between Ghavri and Kirmani, and a very good effort from this pair. Three to Kirmani. Total creeping up towards 200. Well, that's again the flipper, and Jimmy Higgs will be delighted about that. Every time a bowler tries something new and it comes off, he is really delighted. There'll be smiles all round there for Jim Higgs.
And this is cricket according to Hoyle. The plan was there to make that ball hurry through, cause Ghavri to pull the ball. He was lucky to hit it, in fact. He got a top edge and he just scooped it up there to Hogg in the mid-wicket position. And that was cricket absolutely according to plan, and Jimmy Higgs must be absolutely thoroughly pleased with that.
In the air. Oh, well caught. A very good catch there by Dennis Lillee. The game is over. Australia have won this first test match by an innings and 4 runs. Dennis Lillee takes the last catch. Dilip Doshi caught Lillee bowled Higgs without scoring.
So the Australians go 1 up with an innings and 4-run victory in just under 3 days. Many of the Indian batsmen getting off to starts, but no one putting together a big partnership to put pressure on the bowlers and fielders. For the Aussies, the wickets were shared around with Jim Higgs getting the figures, while Lillee took 7 wickets for the match, and Marsh likewise.